Cheers. Hi everyone, Matt V's Movies back for another video. Today we're going to be looking at the second Kill Bill film, Volume 2. Last week we looked at Volume 1. So this week we're going to have a closer look at the edition that I have for Volume 2. Talk a little bit about the film, maybe a little bit of trivia. So yeah, just before we get into that, if you're new to the channel, welcome. Please consider subscribing by hitting the subscribe button down below. Hit the notification bell so you'll be informed when I upload a new video. Welcome back to existing subscribers. Hope you're all doing well, keeping safe. Please leave a comment on the video. Really appreciate comments. All welcome, and try to reply to comments. Please give the video a thumbs up. That really does help the channel out. And if you can share the video, that's great as well. Also find me on Instagram. I'm over there. I post pictures and an odd video now and again. So yeah, go and find me over there. Okay, so without further ado, let's get into a bit of a closer look at Kill Bill Volume 2. So just before we take a look at the edition in front of us, Kill Bill Volume 2 was an 18 certificate in the UK, and it came out in 2004, and it was an action stroke martial arts genre. It ran out for 2 hours and 17 minutes. Just a bit of background about the film. A pregnant woman, codenamed the Bride, sets out on a journey to kill her ex-boss Bill and targets his brother Bud and Ellie Driver, the only two survivors of the deadly Vipers assassin squad. The release date in the UK was the 23rd of April 2004, and this was again directed by Quentin Tarantino. Music was by RZA, Robert Rodriguez. The box office was $152.2 million. The cast included Uma Thurman as the Bride, David Carradine as Bill, Michael Madsen as Bud, Daryl Hannah, Ellie Driver, Lucy Liu as O Ren Ishii, Michael Parks, Texas Ranger, Viisha A. Fox as Venita Green, Sonny Chiba as Hatoro Hanzo, Perla Hannah Jardine as BB, Julie Dreyfus, Sophie Fatale, and Chikaya Kuriyama as Gogo Yubari. Just to give you a few facts of trivia about the film, Robert Rodriguez scored this movie for $1. Quentin Tarantino said he would repay him by directing a segment of Rodriguez's project Sin City, which came out in 2005 for $1. The brothel segment, where the bride meets Esteban Valgello, Michael Parks, was the last scene of the movie to be shot. It was filmed at a Mexican brothel, and all of the female extras were sex workers that worked there. Pai Mei's 3-inch punch is reference to Bruce Lee's 3-inch knockout punch. After the end credits, there's an alternate take of the bride ripping out one of the crazy 88's eyes. The film is a departure from most of Quentin Tarantino's films in that several real-life products and brand name appear in the movie. Tarantino usually makes an effort to avoid product placement in his films. So, this is the edition that I have for Volume 2, and again, the slipcover and the contents, apart from the Steelbook, are a Nova Media edition. And on here you can see this is limited to 700 copies and my copy is 413. Now obviously the edition would have contained a Steelbook, but when I purchased both together, volume 1 and 2 together, but neither came with the Steelbooks. So, but I do have the Steelbook for Volume 2 as well as 1. So I'll get into those in a minute. So on the front here, we've got some nice embossing once again on the title treatment. And you can see there's a little bit of blood splatter on there as well. On the side, again, it's embossed. And again, there's sort of like a nice texture sort of to this. It's almost like a sort of leathery feel, I suppose. So that's really nice. And on the top, you've got, again, embossing on the top, title treatment. And then on the back, we've got a really nice image of the bride in the scene where she's kind of sort of left for dead, really. So yeah, it's a really nice outer box. So we enter inside, and again, this is sort of a sturdy box. And once again, inside there's a little quote: "The lioness has rejoined her cub, and all is right in the jungle." So that's nice that they've just added that little extra quote in there. So yeah, really nice outer box. Okay, so we've got the J-slip. This is the Steelbook and the booklet. So we'll look at the J-slip to start with. So this is the Canadian edition Steelbook that I bought a few years ago now. So you can see it's bilingual. You've obviously got the English at the top and the French below. So the tech specs at the top, we've got a 1080p video transfer running for 2 hours and 17 minutes. 5.1 uncompressed Dolby Digital track. Subtitles there. We've got some bonus features, the making of Volume 2, deleted scene, and musical performance. So that's the J-slip. Okay, so the Steelbook. So again, this is didn't come with this set. It's a Canadian release that I picked up, and again, it's one of the older Steelbook releases with the blue banner at the top. Some of the early releases did have this. So we've got a nice image on the back here of Daryl Hannah's character, Eddie Driver, I think it is. So yeah, so we've got the spine. So you've got the bilingual, the English at the top and the French at the bottom. And then if we turn it round, so again, now this is a custom lenticular that I got off eBay. I asked the seller, he does these magnets, and I asked him to, I took an image of this and sent it to him, and he's put it onto a Steelbook magnet for me. So it's really nice. And again, very much similar to the Volume 1 magnet that I had in last week's video. So again, if you've not seen that, go back and check the history. That'll be there. It's a similar kind of sort of montage of all various characters within the film. I quite like this sort of, you know, overall kind of encapsulation of the second film. Sort of, you know, characters and images from that. So that goes quite nicely on the front. And if we take it off, and again, a different image this time. So you've got the bride, Uma Thurman, with the samurai sword, Kill Bill Volume 2 down the bottom there, and the Blu-ray banner at the top. Now again, unfortunately, my Blu-ray banner has got these little rust spots on it once again, so having the magnet kind of enhances it a little bit, complements the set, and kind of hides these little blemishes which unfortunately I've got on the Steelbook. So we'll look at inside of the Steelbook now. So inside here we've got the goodies from the Nova Media edition. I've just put them inside the Steelbook for this. So we'll have a look at those in a minute. So on the inside you've got the disc art, which was the same kind of image that we got on the Amaray for Kill Bill Volume 2, the distinctive red this time. Whereas with Volume 1 you had the yellow. So yeah, it's quite nice to have that alternate artwork on the disc. Take that out. And there we have Bill and the bride sort of facing off to each other in a scene from the film. So yeah, out of the two Steelbooks, I think I prefer volume 1 actually, with the sword, but it's still quite a nice image, this. But yeah, I think that sort of sword and sort of the Japanese writing on it on volume 1's a slightly better design. But as I say, I do like this magnet now that I've got that can go on the front of it. Kind of not a perfect fit, but it's, yeah, it's sort of hides that rusting. So yeah, I really do like that magnet with that sort of image, montage image, which is really cool. So we come on to the little booklet that you get with this set, the Nova Media set, and again it's just nice plain simple design here, Kill Bill with the sword, and on the back just sort of blood designs or whatever they are. But yeah, so we'll have a look inside. So again, images from the film, and again this is sort of Korean, I believe, and then some English towards the back. Now, out of the actual two films, I actually prefer volume 2 over the first film. I just felt this was far more of a complete film, for me anyway. Yeah, I really enjoyed this. It's kind of got like a bit of a western feel about it as well. Obviously there is the martial arts in it, but it's, yeah, I don't know, I just get a sort of a western sort of vibe from it. Again, this is a really nice booklet with, you know, lots of different images. And there we go, we've got the English text on there. Sorry about the sun's glaring in there, so you're getting a bit of a shadow. So yeah, if you want to pause this and read, you know, you're welcome to. And that's quite cool, that sort of image with the sort of, you know, the silhouette and the red background. So yeah, some really cool images from the film. And a very nice booklet. And then the last part of the edition is the little sort of pamphlet of postcards, and again similar to the little Kill Bill Volume 1, we've got that little Nova Media edition number 12 with Kill Bill Volume 2. So that's nice. So we'll just open this up. So we've got some character cards and some postcards. So we'll look at the character cards first. So there's one of Bill. On the back, I think these are all the same. So there's that one. And then on to the postcards. Got that one there. On the back you've got sort of an image of the where the wedding takes place. I think it is. That image there. And it's been a few years since I've sort of revisited both films, so yeah, I need to sort of revisit these soon. And wonder whether we'll be maybe getting a 4K of each film at some point. I'm not sure whether Tarantino's released any of his films on 4K yet. Can't think off the top of my head anyway, but yeah, I'm sure they're coming down the road at some point. Hey guys, that was just a closer look at Kill Bill Volume 2 that I have. I hope you enjoyed looking at a bit of a closer look at that. I say it's a really nice edition, this one. Really lucky to have sort of got both of these on eBay at the same time. So the seller was selling them, you know, sort of, I think they were in the same lot if I remember rightly, and I do remember sort of getting a good deal with him because the Steelbooks weren't included, all the films, so I was just merely getting the cases and the contents. So yeah, really happy to have these in my collection. So hope you've enjoyed that video. Now next week I've got another Tarantino film that I'm going to show. Not going to say what it is, but if you've been watching my videos recently, you may have had a sneak peek at one of what it's going to be. But if you haven't seen that video, then it's going to be a pleasant surprise next week. So come back to see which Tarantino film I'm going to show in that video. Okay, thanks very much for watching the video, guys. Take care and see you in the next one. Bye now.